Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. So, I want to get into a little conversation today about money, because not that we don't talk about that often, but your money in particular. All right. And this comes up because there's a lot of different money issues that are in the news lately that are concerning to all of us, okay? Considering where the world is right now in this economic calamity. You know, yesterday, day before yesterday, there were stories coming out of Australia about the government seizing people's bank accounts and things like that. And yeah, it was true. Okay. But I mean, this isn't anything goofy. All right. You could call the reason, maybe, but, people were getting fined in Australia for being out past, the hour they were allowed, or being too far away from their house, or whatever the reasons. They were violating COVID restrictions. Okay, so they got a ticket. Now, the government seized assets, seized parts of their bank account because they didn't pay the fines. That's nothing new. Okay, and I want to give you this as an idea. Okay, first thing to think about before everybody jumps off a cliff, starts panicking about this, please remember there are different laws in different countries. What's going on in Australia isn't necessarily the same thing that can happen in the US or Germany or Canada or anything like that. Similar ideas, sure, but there are different laws, so please remember that part. Okay. But where I want to compare this to the United States, all right, if I don't pay my property taxes, the city puts a lien on my house. If I don't pay speeding tickets, the city doesn't allow me to renew my driver's license. If you don't pay your child support in some states, they won't let you renew your driver's license. So there are similar things like that when you are violating regulations. Let's just leave it this way, because obviously property tax isn't a law. Paying it, of course, is. Child support isn't a law, but not paying it is. So in things like that, just understand that them seizing money because you didn't pay your tickets is nothing new. All right, so I don't want everybody to freak out over these stories on it. But other things I want to get into, and this is something that people don't really understand. You put money in the bank, you open your savings account, your checking account, or whatever, you deposit money in the bank, and you figure, okay, it's my money in the bank. No, it's not. Okay, and this is a misnomer that 99% of the people don't understand. When you deposit money in the bank, you become an unsecured creditor to the bank. You are loaning the bank money. It is now their money, and that's what you get paid interest on. Okay, it's the money that you deposit is now their money, and they are paying you interest on it or whatever, and they are allowed to do whatever they want to do with the money. Hence, you go deposit your paycheck in the bank, and the bank says, okay, fine, we're going to bundle your money with 20 other people, and we're going to let Mary Jones buy a house. Okay, we're going to sign off on her mortgage. That's what it is. So that's where it comes into everybody's questions all the time about bail-ins, okay? And as you guys know, bailouts of the bank have now been made illegal, so by Congress. So now, if a bank gets insolvent, what their option is a bail-in. And a bail-in is literally defaulting on the loans that you have made to the bank, your deposits, okay? You default on the loan, or the bank defaults on the loan, and therefore they don't pay you back. And that's the big fear that everybody has about losing their money in the bank. Now, I want to give you this, and this again is something that people don't understand. You are insured by the FDIC for up to $250,000 per depositor per bank. Okay. Now, I'm betting that most of us don't have $250,000 in cash in the bank. Okay. I sincerely doubt we have the Elon Musks and the Bill Gateses of the world running around YouTube prepper channels. But So this brings up a couple of things. If by chance you have more than $250,000 in cash, okay, open a second account and not in the same bank, okay? If I open an account at Bank of America and I get up to $250,000, and don't go up to the limit because then your interest puts you over the top, okay? And I have more money, go open an account at Chase, go open an account at your credit union. I mean, you should never keep more than, say, $200,000 in a bank. Now, mind you, that's deposit money. If you have investments, mutual funds, real estate, anything like that, that is not covered by FDIC, guys, okay? So any investments you have, no. FDIC is depositors insurance. So just so you guys understand it. So no, you are not subject to losing money under a bail-in. But, of course, the question comes up to, well, depending on where I am. Now, FDIC is for the United States. Europe has something similar. It's called the European Banking Authority for the EU. Russia has something similar. What was it called? The Deposit Insurance Agency of Russia. But what you need to do if you live in those areas or you have deposits in those areas, okay, is you need to find out what the insurance is good for. I mean, for example, Mrs. P and I looked it up, and it's in Russia. The DIA in Russia insures you to 1.4 million rubles, which is about 20 grand. Okay, so big difference for what you're done here. So, you know, for those of you that live in other countries, make sure you read up on the laws there. Now, as we get into a little bit further on this, you know, what do I do with cash? Now, rule of thumb, I mean, and I've told you before, you know, on silver and gold, I always said 5 to 10% of your net worth in silver and gold. That's investable assets. Cash, and as I said, with what's going on, I'd double that. I'd say 20% of your investable assets should be in physical silver and gold. But what about cash? How much cash do you need to keep on hand? And again, this is going to be personal thought. Conventional wisdom says 5% of your liquid assets, and by liquid assets, I mean cash. Stocks and bonds, your car, your house, everything like that is not liquid. It's not something you can come up with and be able to use in a transaction in a day. That's a liquid asset. You're not going to sell your, you know, you can't go on Craigslist, put your car up for sale today and sell it today and have cash in hand today. You might, but it's not, you know, not probable. Okay, cash. Conventional wisdom has always been to have 5% cash at home. All right. I would again say double, if not triple that, because of what's going on with the banks. And again, if you think about this, go back to the Great Depression. All of a sudden, the market blew up and everybody ran to the bank to get their cash out. Now, granted, the laws are different now, you know, than they were 80 years ago or 90 years ago. But the first guy goes into the bank, he gets his cash out. The second guy might get his cash out. The third guy, sorry, we're closed, we're out of cash, and all the line of people behind doesn't have any money. Okay, that's what happened. I've told you before how much banks have to keep in cash. I mean, the large banks, you know, the Chases, the Banks of America, they have to keep 3% of their deposits in cash. All right. So that means 97% of the people are not getting their money. Okay. And you know who the first ones to get the cash are. They're going to be the big guys. Us little people, you know, we're going to be left in the street. So this is why I say keep more cash. Now, you know, it kind of goes, you know, a little twist on the old joke, you know, or not the old joke, but the old proverb, I guess, if you will. You know, instead of give a man a fish, you know, give a man a gun, he can rob a bank. Give a man a bank, he can rob the world. That's kind of what we're looking at. So, you know, don't overly freak out about what's going on in Australia, okay? You know, with bank accounts being, if you pay your bills, pay your tickets, whatever it would be, they're not going to come after you. You know, but this is why so many people were so hot about the change of the law from $10,000 to $600 for what the banks had to report to the IRS. That could have caused a huge problem like this, because what a lot of people, again, don't know of, there is a law on the books. It's called the Bank Secrecy Act, all right? And it's what the bank has to report, again, the $10,000 transactions. And if you, let's say, under the current law, okay, you go in, you withdraw $9,900 on Tuesday, and you withdraw $9,900 on Wednesday, and you withdraw $9,900 on Thursday, and you withdraw $9,900 on Friday. By the way the law is written, the bank doesn't have to report that because you didn't make a $10,000 transaction, okay? This is where the Bank Secrecy Act came into play, because it's called structuring your withdrawals. You're trying to avoid withdrawals. And the IRS then can come in and subject you to civil forfeiture of your money. There's many, many stories. Go look them up online about people who did nothing wrong. They just took money out of the bank because, there's only so much money you can get out of the bank. Go to the ATM machine. You're only allowed $300 or $500 or whatever dollars is. Okay, there's limits everywhere that you can get cash out. And so people wanted to buy, a car, a boat, a down payment. Who knows what it was. And they'd start taking out money, especially businesses. Okay, think about cash businesses, liquor stores, grocery stores, casinos. They do a lot in cash, not a whole lot on credit. But civil forfeiture allows the IRS to come in and say, we're just taking this because we think you are doing something illegal. They don't have to prove it. They take it ahead of time. And then you have to prove your innocence. So it's guilty until proven innocent. And then good luck getting it back. And if you're running a business, a liquor store or something like that, and all of a sudden all your cash is taken, crap, you're in trouble to keep the business afloat. This is why the $600 deal was very different, was real tough, because now if you go to the ATM every day, stop at the bank every day, and again, let's say you own a small business and you get $500 in cash every day on your way to the hardware store you own, the barber shop, whatever. So you have enough money to make change for people, okay? All of a sudden, the IRS could come in and go, we think you're laundering money. We're going to seize everything. Boom, 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 boom. This is where the big problem came in. So what I'm saying, guys, don't freak about this stuff, but be very, very, very watchful on this. And, depending on what you got in the bank, okay, like I said, 10 to 15% keeping cash at home, that would be prudent. In normal times, it's 5%. Any CFA is going to tell you that. But considering what's going on right now, like I said, double or triple it, because you don't know what's going to happen. And as much as they want to go to crypto and do all this sort of stuff, cash is going to be king until it's not, and then that's why you have your silver, your gold, whatever it would be. But make sure you have cash on hand, because when the power goes out, even for little things, I had the tree limb come down a few weeks ago. Guy comes out, cuts it down. Okay. I got to pay him in cash. It's not like, hang on, let me run to the nearest ATM half an hour away, and get cash. You got to keep cash on hand. So just something to do depending on what you got, but don't go crazy, because remember this, your house burns down, your cash is gone. You get robbed, your cash is gone. You're not insured for it. There's a million and one reasons why. The biggest one being is, remember, when you're sticking cash in the mattress, okay, you're losing money. Just so you understand that. I'll give you this. If you put a $100 bill under the mattress in Y2K, it has the spending power of $63 today. So, congratulations, you've lost 37% on your money. I'm just saying. There's no perfect solution, guys. If there was, everybody'd be doing it. You've just got to do what's best for you, what's most prudent. So That's what I got for you for a Tuesday morning. Have a good one. Pinball out.